Greetings, y'all. Greetings. Welcome in the Mod State. This is your main host, JJ, the Prince of Peace. How y'all doing today at this time? Today's video, I want to talk about, the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth dimensional consciousness. Today at this time, see, I pondered on some things that in a meditative state, I pondered on some things that gave me the understanding of these dimensions and what they are capable of you being able to access. So uh, let me just get on with the experiences of the fourth dimensional consciousness. You guys already know the third dimensional consciousness or the third dimensional experience. It is there is love, there's jealousy, there's hate, there's grief, there's greed, there is lust, there's envy. Same thing as jealousy. You have three spaces or three dimensions of freedom. Um, three dimensions of freedom, which is up, left, down. It's actually four dimensions, but it's people call it third dimension. I don't know why. It's really a fourth dimensional experience. But the third dimensional experience is when you're actually living a mundane life. That's kind of like the basic idea of living a third dimensional life. A third dimensional experience is like being mundane, being calcified, your pineal calcified, being low vibrational, like you're operating on the second and first dimensional levels of consciousness, where you're kind of like you're dormant. I'm not really sure how to fully explain the third dimensional consciousness experience, but we're already living it. We're already experiencing it now. This is the third dimensional reality where there's shapes, is 3D, three dimensions. Like say for instance, this right here is a third dimensional object. So we are third dimensional beings, but we're also multi-dimensional beings having a human experience, spiritual being having a human experience. So now we have the up, left, and right, but you can't go down. So scratch that fourth dimensional part off. You can go down, but we're in a multi-dimensional earth. We're in a multi-dimensional plane. So like the earth is multi-dimensional. So there you have where you can go underground and stuff like that. You can go down. You can't literally go down in yourself, but you can go up, left, and right. That's what the understanding of the third dimension is. You are a third dimensional being. Like the human body is third dimensional, but you are multidimensional. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. So now the fourth. Okay, so did I get that? Okay, the third dimensional abilities. I'm just a little extra stuff. The third dimensional abilities would be like sight, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling, seeing. When you get into the fourth dimensional consciousness experience, the abilities of the fourth dimensional consciousness experience would be opening the third eye, all seeing eye right here, and being able to access and have access and tap into certain frequencies and vibrations that enable you to use like remote viewing or telekinesis, mind over matter, or astral projection, or clairvoyance, clairaudience, where you can hear spirits talking, or you can hear in another dimension. You can see in another dimension. Clairvoyance. You have clairsentience, where you can feel things like spirits touching you, or have a sensitivity to energy. You could be an empath. You could be, for example, the person would be a starseed or indigo, or crystal, like a crystal children or crystal child, or somebody has ESP, extrasensory perception. That'll be a fourth dimensional experience of the abilities of a fourth dimensional experience consciousness. Now, with the fifth dimensional consciousness, you have love, unconditional love. You have unity. You have oneness, the same thing as unity. You have multi-dimensional ways of expressing yourself, which is like abundance and prosperity and peace and joy and happiness. And freedom. All right. Those are just a little basic idea of the fifth dimensional consciousness experience. Now, the abilities of the fifth dimensional consciousness experience would be levitation, uh, teleportation, and that would be more tapped into the sixth dimensional consciousness experience. But you have to be able to fluctuate if you have the ability to teleport. Time travel is also an ability with the sixth dimensional consciousness experience. Time travel. And then you have more abilities like bilocation. Um, you have I would say for the fifth dimensional experience, you would have for the abilities you would have like pyrokinesis or electrokinesis or aerokinesis, or even that could be even from a fourth dimensional experience. Uh, you can tap into these abilities because all of the dimensions are actually unified and they're all simultaneously existing. So you can go there, or you can tap into the energy field or the frequency, or raise your vibration to the point where you can access these certain abilities. I'm only going off the third, fourth, and fifth and sixth dimensions. I don't know the seventh dimensions. I'm not sure. I have no idea. But I would say the seventh dimensional experience will probably you would be so yeah. I don't know the seventh dimensional consciousness experience, but let's go on with the density. Now there is third density. Third density is the human body, the physical form, the matter, the materialistic person that you are now, which is matter. Now, with the fourth dimension, the fourth density, you would be a lesser physical being, a lesser density, meaning that you would be almost invisible, and you would have almost translucent appearance. Um, you would probably still be physical, but you would be able to levitate. There's a physicality to a fourth dimensional, fourth density being, but it's like you're seeing a ghost, but you can actually see the ghost, like I'm seeing, like you're seeing me, but it's in a sense, the ghost can appear, on a, the ghost can appear, or the spirit can appear, uh, by control, with control, like with by what is that word? By force, like it can use this ability to cloak itself or turn invisible, and you would have the ability to turn invisible in the sixth dimension or the seventh dimension. But these higher densities, like the higher you go up, the lesser density you become. The higher the dimension, the lesser physical you become. Um, um, yeah, with invisibility, that is possible in a fifth dimensional experience, in a sixth dimensional experience too. Um, the fifth density, you would be light. You would be pure light or pure cosmic energy. Um, like spirits, you don't see a lot of light beings unless you're actually tapped into the fifth and sixth dimension. But there aren't that many light beings in the fourth dimension. I'm sorry to say that, but there are spirits, ghosts, demons, entities, angels, aliens, all those in the fourth, fifth, sixth, and up dimensions. Um, there's different energy levels like this. Let me see. So I'm scratching my head a lot because I'm itchy, but there's different like higher energies, these different dimensions, and these different dimensions is higher energies and different beings that exist there. I would say the eighth dimension would be celestial realm, but there are angels in every dimension. Sometimes, well, not in every dimension, right? They're not in 3D, but they can go to 3D. They can go here. They can come here, but you can't see them. This is why the third dimensional experience abilities would be five senses, and you would only operate off of the five senses. You wouldn't know or see or know nothing else. You wouldn't have your third eye open. So that means that if your third eye is open, that means you have you have the sixth sense, and that means your fourth dimensional consciousness is open. It's there. You're tapped in. A fifth dimensional consciousness means that you are unified with the universe and all things. I've been there. I've done that, and it's wonderful. It's amazing. I've communicated with the stars. I've communicated to the sun. I've communicated to the earth. I've communicated to plants and trees and birds and animals squirrels and things of the nature, insects and people, even alien extraterrestrials. I've communicated with them, even God. You are tapped in. You are unified with all. So next there would be the sixth density. Now that sixth density, I'm not sure. I never been there personally in this life experience, but to give you a clue, you wouldn't really fathom or understand a sixth density experience or a sixth density being. You wouldn't understand it. I'm trying to figure out what it would look like, but from my knowledge, you can't understand a sixth density being. Fifth dimensional, you can understand because it's a light body, and I would say the sixth. I'm not sure because see the thing is when you dealing with the different forms, the different your different energy bodies. You have a physical body, you have an emotional body, you have a mental body, you have an astral body, you have a light body, you have an etheric body. So that means number six is the etheric body, the etheric realm. That's what it is, okay? So that's what it is. It is the etheric body. That means you are cosmic energy, you are etheric. Same with the sixth dimension, you would be more see when I like physical number one, first dimension. Emotion, mental or emotional will be the second dimension. The third dimension will be mental. It will be the fourth dimension for real, but let me get on with it. The third dimension will be mental. The third dimension will be mental. The fourth dimension will be astral. The fifth dimension will be light body. The sixth dimension is etheric. Did you guys get that? So it's like a count. But anyway, thank y'all for watching this video. I hope I explained a little bit of stuff, gave y'all information about these dimensions and your consciousness, these levels. I didn't explain the sixth dimensional consciousness experience because I'm not there yet. But basically, you have the ability. I have been there before, but I'm not there yet right now. But I've experienced it. You have the ability to time travel and jump in between parallel realities and timelines, and you can do it by catching every synchronistic moment, and then like it's weird. Like when you catch a synchronistic moment and you act on it, you time travel. It's freaking crazy. But you can do it by force. Like you can do it by will. That's what I wanted to say. With will, by will. They can turn invisible with their will. But like you can time travel, and this shit is crazy. And I've done it, and I don't like time traveling because I kept seeing the same shit over and over again. It was not fun. But if you're operating on a higher frequency and vibration, you could probably possibly time travel back in time or the future. You can go into the future. I kept seeing the past. I don't know. I kept seeing the future, and then I went into the future, and then I lived that moment, and then I went back again, and then I went up and forward in time, and then I went back again, and then I went forward in time, and I went back again. So I don't know what I was trying to do, but I think I was trying to correct or fix something, but it wasn't able to be fixed, so I had to let it be, and then I kept going on with my life. But thank y'all for watching this video once again. Signing out, your boy JJ the Prince of Peace. Holla at your boy main host JJ the Prince of Peace. I'm out. Sign out. Peace, light, and love. Hot your boy. One.